Hey guys, welcome back to the Babbling in my backyard. I'm Jeremiah, and today we're going to just do some upgrades on this filtration system. We're going to talk a little bit more in detail about the Uniseals and how those work. So let's jump into it. So I want to take a second and talk about Uniseals. So these Uniseals are rubber. On the Uni-seal itself, they're basically, you've got the part that goes into your wall of whatever you are trying to seal off, in this case the barrel. And then there's a flange here. So the flange prevents it from going in too far, especially when you are pushing that pipe in and it creates the pressure. Because the idea is that you're drilling the hole the size of this diameter, so it's actually snug even going in before you put a pipe in. And then when you put that pipe in, you can see in here there's like a taper to this, so that pipe is larger than this internal diameter piece. So when I push that pipe inside there, it's really going to expand this into the wall, and that's what creates that seal. So for the 2-inch Uni-seal like this, I need a 3-inch hole in my wall. So I have to use a 3-inch hole saw. There's a couple different types of hole saws you can use. This type of hole saw is low profile, and it's nice for that reason, I suppose. I'm not as big of a fan of it because you do have to have a really stubby drill in order to make it correct, because this is supposed to start before the blades, before the teeth do here, but you don't want such a big jump because it becomes dangerous and you can pop through, and then this catches and it really eats up and jumps around, bending your drill or whatever. Where this style is a really old one, I've had it for a while. You can see my drill is appropriately lengthed, so it's going to break through, but it's not going to be a jump to hitting here. And it's really important for this, like if I'm drilling into wood, it might not be such a big deal, but for this, I do not want it all jagged and tore up. I need it to be a decent finish, so when I put this in there, it doesn't cut the rubber and cause a leak. So I want it to be a nice clean finish. The way that I originally set this filter up is so that the water just poured straight in through from the filter to the tank, which works just fine as far as the functionality. So because that comes straight in there that way, what I wanted to do was kick this down and at an angle, because I'm creating that current in this water. I don't want it just to spill straight over. And when I create that elbow in there, it's going to slow down the flow of water coming through this pipe, which will cause this thing to overflow. So to prevent that from happening, I'm going to come in here at another 2-inch line that kicks over into the tank over there. So I'm going to put another Uni-seal right here, giving myself even extra drainage from this filtration system. The water is moving very fast and I don't want to risk anything coming up and over. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there then. This is going to be messy, so I'm going to have to be very careful to clean this up afterwards. I could also go get a shop vac and make sure that I'm pulling those chips while I'm working, but I'm just going to clean it up really well before I get it up and running, because I don't want the plastic shavings from in here going into the tank now that there's fish in there. I won't be able to remove it quick enough, and I'm worried that the fish will try to eat it like food. So because that drill sticks out there very far, I do need to be extra careful and go slow so that this doesn't jump in, causing damage to the drill. I'm breaking through. I want it to back out, get rid of my chip. Now I'm going to go ahead and deburr it. Okay, I'm going to do the clean out kind of unorthodox way, but it's definitely effective. So check this out. I need to do a changeover on the water anyways, so I was going to do that today. So the hole is there. You can see the wall thickness is probably 3/16 of an inch maybe. But I have this debris, plastic debris that I need to get rid of. So it's going to float really well in the water. I'm going to turn the pump on and empty out some water, as well as get rid of those plastic chips. See all the plastic chips floating there, and they come out that drain hole, getting me super wet. But we want to make sure all of that plastic is gone. Already it's all gone, so we're good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put the Uni-seal into the hole. Remember I said before, this is actually kind of a snug fit, so it's not just going to slide in there. You have to kind of pop it into place. It's not so bad, but it still has to be slid in there. And now when I press that pipe in, it'll really push it out there, which makes it difficult to get the pipe in. So now I got to go prep a pipe. Foot would have worked just fine. So I'll go ahead and go cut a 12-inch piece there, a foot for that also. So I'll do a foot here, a foot there, and then I have a short little piece that I'll kick down with. I'm also going to go ahead and get this guy ready. So I have a elbow, and I'm just coming down like 6 inches into the water there. One really important thing to note is, and what you just saw happening, was me putting this chamfer on there. Remember, this needs to have this big chamfer on here so that when I press this into this Uni-seal, that I don't cut the rubber from the sharp edge, but also it's a lead while I'm pressing this in there. I've tried just doing a little chamfer on these before. It doesn't work so great. So the bigger the chamfer, the better. Obviously, I don't want to break to create a sharp edge here either, but so before you break in there. Also, if I go 45-degree angle, it's too blunt of an angle so that it doesn't create the best slide into that seal. So this steep angle coming to more of a point is ideal for this. This is going to be difficult to press in here. It takes a lot of pressure to push this rubber seal into this wall of the barrel, creating a seal on both sides. So just know that it's supposed to take a lot of effort to get that in there. I gotta get some oil on it. Alright, so I put this tiny bit of oil on there, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that's going all the way around the perimeter there. Maybe a little extra on the seal itself. It's still going to be a bear to get that in there, but go ahead and get this thing turned on and see what happens. That's good. So the 2-inch lines are the priority drains. They're a little lower, and they seem to be a priority drain. The 1-inch lines are acting as like a secondary, because they're at a little higher level. You see those plants spinning around, you can tell how much turbulence we've got going in this tank now. Okay, hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We've got lots of great stuff going on, so be sure that you don't miss any of it. To see the next up, go ahead and check that out right up here. We'll see you guys in that video.